particular group, their net rating in the 4 games of the playoffs, plus 29. They have been excellent in the last 3 games in this series to put Portland on the brink. The Blazers have all kind of injury problems right now. So Gary Trent Jr. will get the start for Damian. The Blazers will have the first possession. It's going to be very interesting tonight to see how the Blazers compete, knowing they are shorthanded. They do have Yusuf Nurkic, who has just been outstanding, coming off a double-double in Game 4. And right away, big-to-big passing. Whiteside opens up the scoring tonight. What are you expecting out of the Lakers tonight? Obviously, they want to put this series away. They want to get their rest, prepare for the next series, either against Houston or Oklahoma City, who you know will have a Game 6, potentially a Game 7, as Anthony Davis starts his scoring. What are you looking for the Lakers, Chris?
So I said this the other night when talking to Juwan Howard about the leadership of LeBron. And no, he hasn't gone dark zero on his social media, but he was saying that it still changes. His temperament during this time really goes through the locker room. I expect him to come out hungry and try to finish this team off early.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope puts up the first 3 ball. No good. Carmelo.
We need closeout Melo tonight. He needs to take at least 22 shots, 25 shots, like he used to 10 years ago when he averaged 28 points.
Nice. 28 a game, 20 shots a game. I mean, that's the kind of Melo that might show up today. I don't know if he can log those minutes as AD scores. Well, big blowouts as well. Game 4. At one point, the Lakers had a 38-point lead and eventually a 20-point win as C.J. McCollum gets his scoring started tonight. So C.J. McCollum gets the foul. And it looks like Whiteside, I don't know what's bothered him, but something's got him shaken up on the other end. Caldwell-Pope skips it across to Anthony Davis for 3. He's got it. Smooth stroke for a big man. He can certainly fill it up from outside.
Fracture in his back has not said it one time to the media. That's hard.
Yeah, with that a fractured back. He's been playing through the seeding games, the play-in game, and then here in the playoffs. Oh, met at the rim by Nurkic. McGee denied, and Nurkic will run the break. And how about Nurkic all the way? Can't finish on the other end. That would have been too good to be true. Nurkic has been terrific. Good to see him spry, running well, able to pick up his minutes after that gruesome injury. LeBron goes right down the lane. The seas parted for him, and he hammers one home.
Tell you what, JaVale McGee might want to try out for my Detroit Lions with that offensive line push right there. He just blocked everybody out the way and let LeBron get the...
Smith, to your point, only played 6 games leading up to these playoffs for the Lakers. So time to get him a little bit of run. Not sure if we're going to see Waiters tonight. Dion Waiters had some headaches, migraine problems. He is active tonight, but he was having...
It's just such a basketball family, and you know who he's close with, you know who he influenced. And again, as his sister Tiffany said, let's be inspired by the positivity that he spread throughout his lifetime.
Markieff Morris hits a 3. It's pretty cool that Tom Heights and Drew Greathouse directing at our terrific TNT crew. Morris cleans up the board. Here comes LeBron and the Lakers. 2.5 to go in the first. Finds Caruso in the corner. No. Simons with the rebound. Anthony Simons will be running as the backup point guard. He's got some scoring talent as well, but he does allow C.J. McCollum to play off the ball. James on the attack and count it. LeBron James, strong move to the rim. And a chance at a 3-point play for LBJ.
There's some players that if you don't...
Since 2012, not only do they come to the bubble here, enter the playoffs as the top seed with LeBron and AD leading the charge. From not making the playoffs in the lottery to making the playoffs, and as the #1 seed, expectations for a championship. Whiteside gets it deep, can't score, and he's looking at his hand. He's been banged up tonight. LeBron got his Sonia on him, just backs him down, takes on 2 Blazers and scores, and 1 again. LeBron James.
Tell you what, just pressure. No guarantees on that, but Caruso making sure he's getting in the way.
And you know Caruso is going to stay engaged the whole game, and Alex Caruso inside. Good look inside from LeBron. Make 4 starts for the Blazers. Average a little over 8 points a game and about 20 minutes per game. I mean, he's got it in him, and he looks like a player who's got a chance to pop. All the way in, denied, and that'll take us. I'll count that basket.
Floor. Notice how they don't get as much offensive movement, a little bit more dribbling, a little bit more standing around.
C.J. McCollum, no. And it's run down by Anthony Davis, who is back on the floor with 2 fouls after 10 points in his first 7 minutes of the game.
And like you just saw, their 7-footer just brought the ball up. Great play by Kuzma, though. They caught it to get it to that other side. But still, when you have some defenders that can get on AD and bring it up, you got to figure out who is the point guard on this floor. I know it says KCP, but when AD brings it down, it makes you question that.
Three-pointer up again. This one's down for C.J. McCollum. So McCollum now with 14 points. That's his second made three. Off to a terrific start shooting the ball. Only 2 misses thus far. Jalen Horde having to check Davis now on the cutter. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
What a play. When you have AD on the post, that's what you talk about keeping simple. That was just so simple. Get it to the best player on the floor, let him draw a double team, cut with integrity, make the layup.
Simons for 3, cashes it in. Anthony Simons. By the way, I have to. Emily perked up to the end of the seat. Got the Twitter thumbs going right there. My apologies. Here's C.J. McCollum again. Three-pointer is good. And how about the Blazers? Short-handed and all, putting up a fight here in this first half. We're all tied at 40. Blazers would love nothing more than to extend this series. Howard is fouled on his way in. Pretty touch at the end. And a chance at 3 for.
It'll be tough to stop.
Well, think of them as a tandem center position. They're averaging together 17 points, 14 boards in 36 minutes as Carmelo Anthony hits a 3.
Portland has to keep running the pick and roll. You have to get space for Melo. He's
spoiling a Portland break. Here's Caruso all the way in.
Follow the big fella. Follow the offensive lineman to the hole.
He's got 3 fouls now. And the Blazers have to put Nurkic back on the floor maybe a little earlier than Terry Stotts had hoped. Lakers by 2. Bullet pass inside. Howard with the two-handed jam.
I want to see if the Blazers recognize, or the Lakers recognize.
Carmelo with another rebound. And he shakes Anthony Davis. Oh, vintage.
And by the way, the game has evolved, and these players are really, really good.
Ooh, and speaking of evolved, Carmelo Anthony's game evolving into the new game. He's hit another 3. Man, he's off to a great start. It's a little vintage. It's a little new Melo. They were calling him Bubble Melo here during the seeding games. He's played so great. Howard, offensive board, kicks it. Danny Green. And there's Nurkic with the rebound.
Yeah, I forgot about Scully Melo. Remember when he wasn't playing in the league and couldn't find a job? That's when he would just wear his big skull hat in the gym and sweat it out. So don't forget Scully Melo.
Blazers with the lead and a runner by C.J. McCollum. They'll add to their lead. C.J. McCollum has 17 in the game.
This is when you cut. This is when you move. Let the big fella be your point guard from the post.
Danny Green buries a 3. Looked like Anthony Davis 7 for 11 from behind the arc. McCollum has 3. Carmelo has a couple, as does Simons. Davis misses a 3. Now it's Trent on the move. Trent will pull up a 3-pointer, and he'll hit it. Another made 3 for the Blazers. 8 of 12 Blazers by 3 with a chance to add to it. McCollum's got 17, leaves it for Nurkic, able to secure it and scores at the rim. Almost a turnover, but Nurkic able. Now LeBron working off the screen from Davis. A little 2-man game here. LeBron hesitates. Now he goes, and LeBron scores at the rim. They just don't have an answer for LeBron James inside.
And the third great block, chop block by one of the big fellas, clearing the way for LeBron. That's what AD did that last play. And hey, y'all want to see some
P. And now LeBron for 3. He's got it. True. LeBron James. That's his first made 3 of the night. He's got 17 points in this first half. Carmelo with 14 points. Looking at that comparison. I think Davis got a hand on it, but it still falls for McCollum.
So
Jared, thank you for that. And without Damian Lillard, The Blazers have stepped up and delivered as Nurkic scores at the rim. One more injury update, if you don't mind, Jared. I'd love to hear your reporting on Rondo. Rajon Rondo still has not played yet for the Lakers. What's his status at this point?
Yeah, crazy situation for Rondo. Just to refresh everybody, he had the hand injury, which required surgery. He was ready to return from that a couple of days ago, but then started warming up on the court prior to Game 3. His back acted up on him. He's had severe back spasms. The positive step is what they're calling it now. Frank Vogel saying before the game that Rondo was able to practice yesterday with the team when they did some 5-on-5 scrimmages. However, not ready to be active just yet for tonight.
Could be a huge story. Thank you, Jared. Huge story for the Lakers if, in fact, they do advance. And they are in a closeout game tonight, but they're getting all they want from the Portland Trailblazers. Trent kicks it to Melo. He'll fire up another three, and another one is down. Carmelo Anthony, 3 for 3 from behind the arc. He's got 17 now, C-Web.
I tell you what, he's going back in his bag, and that's what you want to see. And speaking of going back in his bag, when LeBron plays like this downhill and
made his claim for that. Davis sprung wide open. LeBron was patient. And a bounce pass right into the pocket. Easy 2 points for Anthony Davis. Swatted away. Lakers take it right back. LeBron with his head up. Probing behind the back. Davis to Howard. Two-handed jam.
Man, do I love big to big. That's everybody else has to follow suit.
LeBron will put up the final shot, and he knocks it down to tie it at 68. And that'll take us to the half.